welcome to Cup of Joe's, where you get your daily cup of Joe from a couple of the Joes. And I know things seem a little bit more relevant recently on our videos because we've been filming them right before they come out, which is good and bad for lots of different reasons. But
let's get to it.
Let's get to it. We usually start with sports, and I don't even know. Have you been watching the NBA
Interesting
playoffs? Yes, very.
Basketball playoffs?
Yeah, I haven't either. I'm sorry, guys.
Nope.
I know that maybe you come here even for these takes. I will say I have seen a lot of Jamal Murray highlights. I saw him hit 2 game winners.
Yeah.
One to the left, one to the right, same kind of play. Him talking about him. I think he's underrated on their team because it's all about Jokic, which, he's obviously a superstar shining the light, but I don't think Jokic is as successful without Jamal.
100%.
Yeah, that dude is balling out of his fucking mind.
And Edwards going off too.
Oh, Edwards, man.
We just talked about this like 2 weeks ago, saying he's going to be the face.
He has to be, man.
He's got to be now.
He's got to be.
Yep.
Did you see what Carmelo Anthony said?
No, what?
So Carmelo Anthony, he was on some podcast, and I saw the blurb first, like a quote, and I was like, "Oh, that seems pretty provocative." Because he was like, "If he was talking to me like he was talking to KD, I would want to beat this little motherfucker's ass." And then when I heard him actually say it, it was more in jest, like, "Yo, like in a good competitive way.
Yeah.
Like I'm out for blood, and I want to kill this kid." But AD said, he said, AD, he said he's his favorite player. He knows that. KD knows that. KD says he's his favorite player.
Yeah.
So I think it's all in good fun, but he's getting a little bold there.
Yeah, no shit. Another take on the playoffs is, and it's an I told you so.
Yeah.
Doc Rivers.
Oh, yeah. You heard it here first, folks.
And Damian Lillard.
Dame too?
Overrated as fuck.
Yeah, man.
They don't have Giannis. Don't have Giannis.
This is just another huge highlight that 82 is different than 16.
Yeah.
It is a different game almost that's played during the postseason.
Yep.
And some people cannot be successful in that game.
Right.
Joel Embiid. Although they're still in it, right?
Yeah.
Fuck, sorry, guys.
He needs some help. he needs some help.
Tyrese Maxey has been doing well for them.
Yeah.
He definitely needs help, but his contract is crazy too. So that's hard to get him out.
The second Embiid comes off the floor, they are fucked. So bad.
Yeah, that's true.
I think you're obviously seeing the younger generation come through right now. There is no LeBron in the playoffs anymore. There's no Steph.
No KD.
No KD. You're seeing that shift out. Now, what I hope is a old guy team up here in Golden State. Obviously a pipe dream, but you are seeing a lot of...
I don't know how much of a pipe dream it is, man. I think it's getting more real every single day. They're now practicing for the Olympics together right now.
KD.
Bullshit. Bring KD back.
So that's what... So someone was saying...
KD and LeBron.
What team is going to give KD a statue? Because he left OKC on really bad terms. He left Golden State on pretty rough terms, and that's where he was the most successful. If you come back to Golden State, make things right.
Did OKC trade him?
No, he left.
Oh, he left too. Yeah,
he
that's
left
right.
After Golden State beat them.
Yeah.
I think they were down, or Golden State was down 1-3.
Yeah, 1-3, 3-1, and then we came back. Yep.
We won 3 in a row.
And he was a free agent, and he came to us. Yep.
Yep.
That's right.
I think for his own legacy, he's either got to go back to OKC, which I would hate to see that.
Yeah, he doesn't want to do that either.
Because that's just like doing the Golden State thing all over again.
Yeah.
If he goes back to Golden State, who's struggling, get them back to championship territory, finish his career there, I think he gets a huge statue, retire the number, all that kind of good stuff.
Yeah. I'll take KD or LeBron. Yeah, sure.
I'll take both.
I know. I would love to have both. Who goes where in that scenario? You just play KD at the 3?
I don't care.
Yeah, just put him on a fucking court. It doesn't matter.
We don't have positions anymore.
It's pretty much how basketball is played now anyway. It's positionless. Everybody switches on everything. Bigs can shoot threes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. It's a funny basketball story today. I'm at the gym shooting around, and I sometimes see this couple come in and they shoot together, and I'm like, oh, that's super cool. Like, and looking at the woman, I'm like, oh, she's competitively good. Like, she must have like played somewhere.
Right.
And so I walk in the gym today, and it was the dude and the girl that usually play together, just like one-on-one or whatever. And it was another dude that I know from the gym. You know him too. What's his name? But I played with him a couple times. He works there. And they're playing 2-on-2, and the first time, like, the guy starts to guard the girl, I see that timidness, that little, I'm not gonna really press you too much, I don't know. And she just fucking it's jumper. He's like, okay, fuck that.
I don't want to be that dick, you know, place you are.
Fuck that now. I'm touching whatever I need to touch.
Put her ass on the floor, right?
Yeah. Fucking. She was gonna make that layup, but I didn't have a chance to stop it. I just clipped her ass.
Flagrant 2.
In any other game. This is the street, bitch.
Better not call that.
Anyways, the girly guy won twice.
Hell yeah.
So I like shit like that. That's fun when couples can find a way to connect like that.
Hell yeah. That's awesome.
So Joey was recently, or just told me that he might be thinking about getting a new car.
Yes.
A new car. What kind of car, Joey?
So I travel a lot for work.
So much.
But, and I'm talking like 40, 50,000 miles a year.
Yeah.
But my role is kind of changing to where I can limit the amount of miles that I'm doing. So I am going to switch out of my commuter beater car and get the probably Model Y Tesla or Model 3, one of those. Took a lot of convincing
On the
to Taylor.
Taylor said, okay. On the fiance side, yeah.
Yeah. Took a lot of convincing. But I finally talked her into it today. I think I might have just worn her down.
Yeah, that's more likely. I do that with my check engine light. It just eventually goes out.
That light's going to burn out before. Oh, shit.
And what was the main holdup? Like, just the cost or the...
She's like,
Well, are you having to trade in another car to do it, or?
yeah, I'm just getting rid of my car.
Okay.
But I mean, again, it's just a beater commuter car. Like it's not
Yeah, it's not like
not trading in
she's
something.
really upset about getting rid of that car.
No. It's more like the practicality of, you know, obviously being limited by range and stuff. But I'm just looking at it from a standpoint of, I'm gonna get the long range.
Yeah.
She puts it at like what 320-ish, but realistically it's probably 260, 280.
It does depend on how you drive. So I have a Model 3, and the way I drive is, I guess, aggressive.
They call it.
Yeah, the car things. So, you know, you have a Tesla. That's why, like, I have the acceleration mode and the sport, so I can put it in and go, 0 to 60 in 3.8. Does that drain the battery? Can I visibly watch the battery drain as I'm doing it? Absolutely. Is it still fun as fuck to do? Absolutely. I don't usually put it in that mode too much, but I would say on average I would get 275.
Okay.
And that's dual range, long motor. It's the same chassis that the Y is built on. So
Yeah.
the Y is a little bit heavier, so I think they do some better. It does better at regenerative braking, but it also takes more acceleration, so it's like the same.
Right.
The Y's doors are fucking cool. I love that.
Show us the X.
Oh, that's the X. My fault.
The X is sick.
So the Y is bullshit.
Yeah. The Y is just
Regular ass doors.
it's a fat Model 3.
Is it the one with third row seating too? I mean, will you use a third row? That's not a huge deal for you.
We're not gonna get the third row on it.
Yeah. I don't think it makes sense to, dude. Jason, who's been on the cast, they test drove one of those and legit tried to sit in it as grown adults, and they're like, no way.
Yeah, you hit your head on the window, like,
yeah,
for just like an average sized person.
Maybe small children.
Yeah.
And I get what most people's issue is. They think that you're going to be very limited by range. And in certain situations, I'll tell you what I did feel that. When I have the charger at home, right? And all you really need is a 220 outlet. You don't need the Tesla wall charger or any of that. And you can run 220 yourself if you wanted to. Or your pops can.
Yeah.
That's the dad's fool around with electricity.
There's an electrician in the family, so I'll be all right.
Yeah. So my pops really had because I own my parents' old house, they had an arc weld. He had an arc welder in there, and he had to run a 220 line. I'm like, oh, fucking perfect. So I have the regular Tesla thing. I plug it into that wall.
Fuck yeah.
I have it go underneath my garage door. The thing closes on it. It's fine. It's just a cord. And I get to plug in every night. So waking up with a full tank or a full charge is beautiful.
Right.
And obviously charging at home is a lot more cost effective than charging at a supercharger. Even though supercharger, if I'm going from 15, say, percent up to 80%, is only about $14-15.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yep. Now, so when I did feel it is when I wasn't living here for a while, and I had to wake up and then come, and maybe I was on 50%, and then I had to drive to Walnut Creek, and now I'm on 30, and now I got to hit a supercharger real quick before it. So that got a little bit odd.
Right.
And usually it was just me being like, I don't know if I make it, rather than me actually being able to make it.
Right. I had I rented a Polaris.
Yeah. Those are cool too, huh?
They were really nice.
I think they have a longer range.
Same range.
Same range.
For
okay.
this particular one. But I had to go way down south. And when I went to go plug in, it took, I'm hearing that Tesla is much better at this.
Yeah.
I had it plugged in for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Came back and it was up like 13%.
No.
And I was like, what the fuck?
This is why Tesla's going to open up their superchargers to other companies too, because they do it the best.
Yeah.
I can get a full charge. And what I consider a full charge too is because with a lithium battery, as you get closer to being full, it has to slow down how much it's putting in. So going from 90 to 100%, it's about the same as going from 15 to fucking 8.
Right.
Because it can just dump electricity in. And that's usually when you're cooking up to a supercharger, it's only going to allow you to go up to 80%, unless it's a non-traveled. Like you can also adjust that too, but it doesn't make much sense to, unless you have
your battery, right?
to go 100% all the time. It does.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have mine set at 82%. Now, if I'm going to LA, I'll do 100, and I'll supercharge up to 100 too.
Right.
But the cool thing is the mapping system tells you exactly where to stop, how long you have to stop. It wants to minimize your time to be like a gas station stop too. It may have you stop at 2 instead of just being at 1 for a minute, but it's only 15 minutes per.
Right.
Get bathroom break anyway.
That's a good call.
So I've never really had the only one time when I went to Tahoe, and it was like the 3rd week I had the car. They're like, it'll be fine. But it was like almost 10 degrees or something like that.
Yeah.
So in extreme cold or extreme heat, the battery has to be a certain temperature. So it has a coolant and heating system inside of it to heat it up or cool it down.
Just using more energy.
Yep. So it takes into account the grade that's going up, but maybe not so much how the driver drives. Within the first 3 weeks of having it. So I'm like, it's saying I'm good. It's saying I'm going to have 22% when I get down.
Yeah.
And I'm just going uphill watching this bitch go. Me not also realizing like, okay, once we get to the top, we're not going to be using anything. We're probably going to regenerate about 5% actually.
Right.
So we get to the top of the hill like 7%.
Just get there. Just get there.
And I'm like, do I push it harder or do I back out a little more? Did it take longer? How does physics work? So I will say, there are going to be some small things like that, but I haven't had huge issues. Now, Elon did a very smart thing like he usually does with full self-driving. So they just got their full self-driving supervised. So before, it used to be autopilot. Now, autopilot's pretty cool. You could be on the freeway or even on some surface streets. You click that stock down once, and it's going to stay in its lane. It's going to go as fast as it's going to go. And it will adapt to the cars in front of it, right?
Yep.
It wouldn't change lanes. It wouldn't exit the freeway. And it couldn't, stop at a stop sign or even stop at a stoplight. If a car was in front of you, it would stop and not hit the fucking car. But now that they got their full self-driving, it has less nag now. So you do have to keep your eyes forward. There's a camera in your cab. Some people that don't have the camera are very lucky that they don't.
Can we cover it?
You can, but you used to be able to. Now I tried. After 30 seconds, it says, hey, something's wrong with your cab camera. So I'm like, I wonder, could I just, because it's tracking my eyes. I'm like, could I cover my eyes? What's the easy way to cover my eyes? Glasses. Then it can't see your eyes. You could fall asleep if you want. No, you do still have to have a little bit of tug on the wheel.
Right.
Nothing that a little ankle weight couldn't fix.
Insurance companies are just going to be all over this shit.
True full self-driving does exist. You just have to be a little inventive. So they release it to everyone. Great way to capture data too. Right?
Right.
Hey, let's release it to everyone for free for a month. I wake up April 1st, April Fool's Day, which is weird actually now that I think about it. And I get an email, hey, you have full self-driving. I'm like, what? I go out, I look at my car, I get into it. It's like, yeah, just click down. I'm like, I'm so scared. So now all I have to do is have my seatbelt on, of course, and put in the GPS location that I'm going to. Barely make it out into a street. Sometimes it allows me to do it right from the driveway. I click the stock down, have a little bit of pressure on the wheel, and it takes me.
That's amazing. How much is it after the free trial?
So, it used to be, you could buy it outright for $12,000.
Yep.
And you get it.
Yep.
Or you could purchase it on a monthly basis for $199 per month. And I can see you doing the quick math in your head. How long does it make sense to do?
Yeah.
They just lowered it to $99 a month.
Oh shit, that's not bad.
So it becomes a no-brainer at that point.
Yeah, absolutely.
But they also lowered the buyout to $8,000. Math still works. I think $99 a month because you can turn it on and turn it off whenever you want.
Right.
So my whole thing was, you know what? I'll wait for a long trip. Maybe we're gonna go somewhere like LA, and I'll activate it for a month and see how it works out. Because I knew after I activated it, there's no going. There's no going.
They build subscription services around people like us.
Yes.
We're not ever gonna turn this shit off.
But honestly, now it's like, it's so much of a funner experience to drive, especially on a long trip, where you can kind of, you can't completely check out. Again, eyes have to be on the road. It'll nag you about every 60 seconds or so, which is a pretty long time.
Yeah.
Now, if every 60 seconds you naturally just touch the wheel, or you're just touching the wheel, it's never going to nag you.
So yesterday is when, like, I made that full commitment to, all right, I'm for sure going to get it.
Yep.
So I went up yesterday in the morning, all the way up to Shasta.
Yeah.
Did all my work up there. And I finished early. So I had like 3 hours before I checked into my hotel.
Okay.
And I was just like, if I just drive 3 more hours, I'm only gonna be like 2 hours away from home. So like,
yeah.
So 5.5 hours up, 5.5 hours down. It's 11 hours total.
Man.
And my back's just tore up and I'm tired as fuck. And I was like, if I had full self-driving, this would have been no problem.
It's so much easier. I will say that Tesla's seat, I had to, and I don't use it anymore. Maybe it was just myself was fucked up, but I heard some other people complain about it too. The seat is just kind of weirdly built. There's a lot of adjustment that you can do, more adjustable than almost any other car I've been in. But it's kind of built like and maybe this is just the Model 3 too. Mm-hmm. And also I'm shorter than you are, so. But it kind of felt like it just put your back in an odd position.
Yeah.
Now that I've had it for this long, I'm totally used to it, and it doesn't affect me at all.
Yeah.
LA, I've never been up north with it except for Tahoe. Oh no, that's not true. Went to Bodega Bay. That was fun too.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm in. I'm getting it.
So I'll take you on a full self-driving run. We'll film that a little bit, and you can see his reactions. Yeah, Teslas are fun. Yeah. And now with them opening up there's a bunch more revenue you can get from doing that to open up the superchargers to everybody. At least it'll make it uniform, because the experience that you had with your Polaris is because that's not really a supercharger. It's a charger.
Right.
But the bitch was a trick. And they have these free ones too. Sometimes like the Street Smart one has a free one.
Yeah.
But again, it's like the one plugging into my house. If I was at 0%, it would take 7 hours for it to fully charge up. But I'm sleeping.
Right.
And if I need a faster charge, supercharger, bam,
So they do have free ones? Oh, obviously slow, but...
Yeah. They're slower. You need an adapter.
Yeah.
The adapter costs like $10.
Sweet.
But if you're going like to the streets and doing some shopping or something like that...
You're there anyways.
Yeah, you're there anyway.
Get a couple.
In the back of the streets, they have the Tesla ones that are free too. It's like the one I have out of my garage and the one that you would have. And a lot of the workers use it back there. It's right next to the superchargers.
Oh, nice.
You can plug it for free while you're charging.
Hell yeah.
You see those big kiosks that have like a billboard inside of it?
Yeah.
That's where they are.
Sweet. Get it.
Fucking neighbor. There's one at Sprouts right up here off the street.
Yeah.
He used to drive his car over there, plug it in, run home. To charge all fucking night.
Never paid for a charge.
He would run there in the morning. I'm like, dude, that's fucking amazing.
Fuck yeah. Good for them.
What percentage is this?
It's a 9.5. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Should have warned you.
All right. Again, what's in the cups? It gives you something there.
Yeah.
All right. We have a new segment that I want to try out. I don't know.
I have not been briefed on this.
I don't know what's going to happen or where it's going to go. I kind of mentioned it in the video I sent you, I think. And other podcasters do this. So
Okay.
It's a word association game.
Shit. Okay. Yeah.
And should I just come up with the words or should I read them off a list or what do you think?
Probably off a list.
Yeah. Just so that.
Word association. Okay.
So I just say a word and whatever word comes to the association of.
All right.
you just you know what? I'm gonna ask our good friend ChatGPT AI to generate some random words that we can react to.
Okay.
Word association game. And I need some words. Give me 20 random words. Okay. I'm generating another one for you. Okay. Ready. First word.
Okay.
And I think the trick is to react as quickly as possible.
All right.
Without thought.
Fuck.
All right. Mountain.
Skiing.
Okay. Clock.
Time.
Faster.
All right.
Telescope.
Stars.
Ribbon.
Race.
Festival.
Drinking.
Dolphin.
Swimming. That's a horrible answer. That's a terrible fucking answer.
Whistle.
Blow.
Yes. Yes. Lantern.
Light.
Okay. All right. Puzzle.
Oh. Fuck, that's a stump one. Picture.
Okay. Picture puzzle. Fountain.
Water.
Skateboard.
Bowling. It's childhood trauma right there.
Yeah, that's what that is. Marshmallow.
S'mores.
Compass.
Direction.
Volcano.
Eruption.
What's that dirty? Why are you laughing? It just is. I don't know why. It's like someone said butt. Giraffe.
Neck.
I saw some kid on a podcast saying you could strangle an ostrich and then a giraffe. He's like, they got so much real estate to just fucking. I don't know if you could you? You definitely can't strangle a fucking giraffe. Maybe you could strangle an ostrich.
Probably an ostrich.
They got a lot of neck there. Can you pitch it off anywhere? I would imagine their gullets that long.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe it's hella strong. It's
gonna hurt. Yeah.
It might feel like an elephant's dick or something. All right. Notebook.
Ryan Gosling.
It's funny you said Ryan instead of.
I know I should have gone Rachel McAdams.
Yeah. All right. Trumpet.
Music.
Sandal.
Resort.
Right. Sandals. Have you been to sandals?
I have not.
I have been to. What's the other one? No. Sandals is the family only. right? Or,
Yeah.
no, sorry, sandals is the adults only.
Yeah. I've heard really good things, especially out of Jamaica.
That's where I went.
Oh,
with on our honeymoon. We went to Jamaica and sandals. It's cool because everyone else is also like on their honeymoon or is doing something special.
Yeah.
And I didn't, because we travel a lot with our kids. I was like, is this going to be weird to like have a resort with no children? And no, it's amazing. Please do it. Don't take your kids anywhere.
You get like the private like chauffeur and
So we didn't go that far. There's a couple different levels of it, and we met friends at each level, which was kind of cool. So we had a nice little villa with its own pool and stuff, but we didn't have a butler or a chef.
Cool.
We met another people that were just staying in like almost an apartment or hotel type style.
Yeah.
And then another person had our room a little bit upgraded and had one more floor, almost like a penthouse. And then they did have the butler service. And we looked at their alcohol too, it was a little bit better. But we walked into their place for like a night to have fun.
Yeah.
And they had opened up all the bottles and they're like, yeah, take one. They'll just replace them in the morning. So, like a good too. It was all Jamaican rum anyway, so it wasn't like I had a frame of reference of what was good or bad.
Right.
Plus, it was just fucked up the whole time too. So, just living that Irie life.
Tasted great.
Did some horseback riding on the beach there, and got to. They basically swim with the horse. They let you go in the water, and the horse.
That's really cool.
And mine just stopped, and I'm like, fucking kicking. I'm like, what the fuck? And the guy comes alongside me, Jamaican, classic Jamaican dude. I went, no, horsey got to go, horsey got to go. And I'm looking back, and he's just shitting. And it's not like this nice pellet shit. It is just liquid. Almost that. I remember we're in the water, and there are people behind me also on horses. One of them being my wife. Your kids' weekend?
No, we got baseball tomorrow, and then fucking baseball Sunday. We're doing we got I got like a whole package for the A's game on
nice.
Sunday.
Nice.
So I bought out like 60 tickets, and we got people coming up to
60?
60 for the whole team.
What that cost? Like $78?
You know, let's talk about that.
Is it hell of expensive?
It's stupid expensive.
No shit. I remember you used to be able to get like bleacher tickets for $5 or some shit like that.
Yeah, the Oakland A's, who cannot sell a fucking ticket,
And they shouldn't be.
and it's Little League Day. Like, it's purposely there
Designed
for the
for that
kids.
day, okay.
Expensive as fuck. Like, really expensive.
So this is for your little league team, and for most people, it's for their little league team, obviously.
Right.
And are they offering packages like here's what it is, or
There is zero discount.
zero?
They just said, and I called saying, hey, I have at least 60 people that want to go to this.
It's fucking crazy.
And they're like, yeah, we'll make you a link to your own section, and then people can buy their own tickets, which is cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
But there's not a dollar discount. Like, there's nothing. I was just like,
Why?
like nothing. Like,
The Sharks said we could play on the ice.
yeah. So they're gonna let us on the field to do like a little parade thing, and then we get to run the bases at the end of the game, which is cool. But
everyone gets to do that.
yeah, yeah, the Giants do it literally every Sunday. So
Right.
the A's do it twice a year. This is one of them.
And the Giants do it every Sunday?
Every Sunday you can have the kids go on the field and run the bases.
I see. They know what they're doing.
Yeah,
Fucking Oakland A's.
that's what they did. They lost all the fans, and you got to cater to the young ones so that they stay fans forever. And if you're not willing to do it, they're going to go to a team that will.
Is it a good section that they gave you, or?
It's like a decent section.
Okay.
Because, again, there's no discount. So we're paying...
Yeah, so you're not going to buy fucking first baseline if...
Yeah, so we're
behind home plate.
third base line, but at the far end of the first base line. Not in the outfield, but still.
Yeah, sorry.
$30 a ticket plus $6 of convenience charges on top of that. So it's $36 a fucking ticket.
For 60 fucking tickets, Jesus Christ.
And again, there's only going to be like 400 of us there the whole game. So
Right, and it's all Little League people.
Right. And you're still upcharging the fuck out of it.
That's stupid. Fuck the A's, man.
Fuck the A's.
And it's terrible to say because they were my team.
Yep.
And not even that baseball is that important to me, but
I don't even hate this. Like, I understand the stadium sucks. I understand that.
yeah,
But-
especially for players too. For one, the bowels, the fucking bathrooms are always backing up and shit like that.
Yeah. I love the stadium.
I love it too.
I remember going there as a kid. Like, I love the stadium.
Yeah.
But they like are truly giving zero effort at anything. Like,
Yeah.
like for the Little League tickets, they should really be like, how can we get you here? Rather than
Yeah.
throw me some money and we'll get you here.
I remember like the $5 bleacher seats with it was like $2 hot dog, $2 beer, that kind of shit. It was always on like a Tuesday or something like that. But Pops used to take us out of school for shit like that.
Yeah.
And that's how we were fans. Now that doesn't even happen.
Yeah. I have a client.
Yeah.
I won't say how they're my client.
Escort shit?
Something like that. So her and her husband work for the Giants. They do like, the ushers essentially.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, she's worked her way up and they're retired.
Yeah.
And
It's just fun for her, probably, right?
yeah. But she now works in the broadcast booth for the Giants.
How does that
Yeah.
work? What does she do?
She just makes sure that they have everything that they need. They need
That's
waters,
dope.
coffees, whatever they need.
Nice.
So she's pretty good friends with the Giants announcers.
This is the Crew King Kuiper, is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so she was telling me about this. And when I was over there last to their house, she's like, hey, would you be interested in having this? It's Crook and Kipe's game notes from a random game. She's like, they give them to me like every game. And I was like, yeah. So it's got like their writing on it, what they kind of want to
hella
say.
dope.
So I got it saved away for Mason when he gets a little bit older and understands the stats and everything that they're like. They have like, this is the highlighted. We want to talk about this when we have intermission, or like, here's a fun story, or here's some fun facts. So it's like,
Is a lot of scripted that we don't know?
yeah.
Or not scripted, but just ideated.
Yeah, so it's all printed out. It has like, this section if like for the first or second inning, and
Yeah.
here's your promos that you need to shout out.
Yeah, that's cool.
But then they have their own notes on it too of like, oh, I'm gonna also say X, Y, or Z, which is pretty cool.
One of my best friends growing up, so one of my best friends, he lives in LA now, or Orange County, Long Beach, sorry. His name is Ryan Atza. And if you ever watch the end of broadcasts for games for the Giants, A's, Warriors, and Sharks, they'll thank Tommy Adza, which is his uncle. I've never gotten to meet anybody because of this. There's no good story coming here.
They're dropping the fuck out of it.
Yeah, but I know I'm really good friends with the guy's uncle, or with him, and his uncle does all the is the director of the broadcast.
That's awesome.
And I also did when I was first starting to do like video production, the Animal Rescue Foundation in Walnut Creek. I think it's closing down now, which sucks. The Tony La Russa one.
Yeah.
Crook's son or grandson worked there.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, or sorry, Kuipers. And when we were doing the interview and stuff, he was the one that was on video doing stuff, and I was like, "Do you like is because I would notice his name, and he was really good at speaking." He's like, "Yeah, that's why," or I think it was grandfather or father or whatever. I was like, "Oh, that's fucking really cool."
That's awesome.
So those guys have been doing baseball for what?
God,
30
so
fucking
good.
years.
So good. Did you see they just came out with a fan poll of top rated NBA broadcasts?
Like broadcasters?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the Warriors ranked dead last.
Yeah. I can see that.
Yeah. Very biased.
Incredibly biased.
Love it for out here though.
Yeah. I will say that Fitzgerald does complain a lot. That's the only thing I don't like. He's like the LeBron of complaining.
Yeah.
Of sportscasters. Other than that, love it. I love the new edition. Oh my God, Kalena Azubuike.
Yep.
I love his takes on shit because he was an actual good player, warrior.
Right.
I dig it.
Yeah, I agree. I think also
No fucking basketball to watch. Fuck you, Warriors. Come on, man.
go Joff Bronny.
Please. Even if just to sell some fucking tickets.
Some merch.
Yeah. Some merch and get stuff some more money in his fucking pocket areas. Do you think players deserve equities in teams?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
No.
If anybody would, it would be Steph.
Right. So that came out, equity in teams and such. Obviously NBA has been trying to push for that, but recently Caleb Williams, who was just selected number 1 by the Bears, there was reports out months ago saying that he was asking for an ownership into the team.
He was.
The Bears are a huge company.
Yep.
Obviously. He put 0 into making the Bears what they already are.
Yeah.
There's also no... Here's where I'd be okay with it. You get 0.001% of the team. But you have to be a Bear for the rest of your life. Because why would you have ownership in a team that you could leap in 4 years? 5 years.
That's true. Or your ownership stake only lasts the amount of time that you stay. And if you retire here and you stay here the entire career, cool, you're an owner.
Yeah.
I get that. Or it shouldn't be part of our first contract either. It should be, you've helped us, like Steph's third contract negotiation. I guess there's nothing that says they couldn't have given him equity of the team, except for nobody's ever done that.
Yeah, I mean, Steph's different because when that team
make what it is, right?
They were a trash organization.
Fucking terrible.
And now, several billion dollar team.
And not to say that obviously fucking the ownership group has a lot to do with that.
Of course.
But if you don't have Steph during those runs, is it as... Probably not.
Yeah. I don't like ownerships in teams because it just gets... You just muddy the waters and like...
Yeah, it does get mucky.
Because the more ownership that you give out, because, a quarterback lasts, say a good one, 15 years, unless you're Tom Brady. 15 years. If you get 15 years out of a quarterback,
that's fucking crazy, yeah.
But these teams have been around for 100 years.
Yeah.
So if you keep giving pieces and cuts to everybody.
What about in lieu of, okay, we were going to give you $275 million. Instead of that, do you just want ownership share as compensation?
100%.
Yeah. Or cut that in half. Let me do half in ownership share, half in compensation. Like actually buying legitimate shares of your company through half. Like that would be okay, right?
Right.
Yeah. Because there are some NBA players that are now owners. Michael Jordan, or he just sold his stake, but
right.
Magic Johnson.
LeBron's going to.
LeBron's definitely gonna own a team.
Yeah.
He'll probably fucking coach it too.
He's gonna go to the Las Vegas team once they announce that they're expanding, and Vegas is for sure gonna be that one.
I could see that.
100% that's happening.
Yep. Steph is assistant coach.
Yeah, LeBron's for sure gonna coach, but he's so fucking smart. Like he just understands the game. So
I remember seeing an interview with him. I fucking hate that I'm talking about LeBron so much, but I remember seeing an interview with him, and somebody asked him, just like a quick question. Hey, at the end of the quarter there, like what happened? He was like, which one? And they're like, oh, the third. He was like, oh, well, you're talking about, okay. So, and then he just went through the last 2 minutes of the third quarter, like he was right there, and every read he made and plays, like I knew they were going to try to do this. So, like, how the fuck do you remember that? And he can do that while he's on the court.
Right.
That's fucking crazy.
Right.
Rajon Rondo can too.
Rajon Rondo, very intelligent guy.
Crazy smart. There's some dudes out there that just get that game, like, and can process it so much quicker than anybody else.
Yeah.
Amon Shumpert has a really good clip talking about LeBron.
Yeah.
He's like, LeBron's the only dude I've ever fucking seen in my life who will fucking tell you what's about to happen and then make it happen. He'd be like, Shumpert, stay right there. if that motherfucker moved, you cut to the rim. I'm gonna hit you. He's like, as soon as that motherfucker move, I just cut. And guess what? I get the dunk.
So that's why I think, God, it'd be fun to have LeBron and Steph play together. Not just for the Olympics, but full season, because you have someone with that mind that can direct everything, and you have Steph that loves to move.
Yep.
And can hit any shot.
And then on defense, you have Draymond, who is the defensive equivalent to the visceral thinking on the court.
100%. I'd love to see those.
I think we could get the record and win the championship that year instead of just one of those things.
Yeah, fuck. God, that'd be nice to watch.
I mean, maybe we lose 2 games. Maybe.
Yeah.
And they're nail biters like double OT.
Yeah, I think the only games they lose are just when they're on load management.
Oh, yeah, when they take them out.
Yeah.
And maybe you don't even have to be because you're blowing everybody away by so much that you never play in the second half anyway. I remember that being the case when the KD Dubs year. I remember Steph being on the bench 3 minutes in the third. Man, we got this one locked up. We're up 24-8. We don't give away leads.
Yep. Yeah,
fuck, that was so dominant. Fucking Draymond.
It sucks because you just never know when it's about to end. You never know when it's over. And when they brought KD in, I was like, all right, we're rolling with this for the next 7-8 years. We're probably going to get five rings out of it.
And be in the championship probably all 7.
Yeah.
But 5, yep.
And it fucking goes away so fast.
So fast, man. Shaq said that too. He's like, I wish I realized how dominant I was when I was, and that it was just going to go away. He's like, that last year in Boston, he's like, I wasn't him.
Yeah, that's when he was talking about like the grieving process that you go through after you retire, because you just don't realize, because you feel like that same player,
but you just ain't.
You aren't. Yeah.
He's like, I'm not going to go up there and average 11. But he's like, matter of fact, Boston called me and told me they owed me $1.5 million. I told him to keep that shit.
Yeah. I saw that interview.
I was like, what? He's like, yeah, man, I play like shit. You go ahead and keep that money. Oh, Shaq's a crazy business dude too. You know, he owns I think 40 McDonald's.
Yeah.
He owns Subways. He owns gas stations.
He's very intelligent with his money, and he's very
Payless Shaq shoe brand.
Yep. Yeah, he's got he used to have the Walmart shoes and stuff like that.
Yep.
Was it him? He was talking with Reebok. He was about to sign with, I think it was Reebok that he was signing with. And they showed him how much they were going to upcharge his shoes. And he's like, oh, hell no.
Yeah, I can't sell them for that much.
And then he switched over to the Shaq brand.
Yep.
Whoever makes Shaq brand.
Yeah.
It's like Stephon Marbury when he started his line.
I remember that.
He was selling for even cheaper. I think it was over $20 shoes or something like that.
What was that called? Big Baller brand?
What were they? They had a name.
I forget.
They're not
Strawberries or something like that. Strawberry?
Yeah, strawberries.
Yeah.
There were some fun shoes back in the early 2000s. You had the Dada Supremes.
Hey, the pump up technology. That was, I don't know. And I don't wear any shoes with any of this technology anymore. Yeah. But the air bubbles in the Jordans, we all thought hell yeah, you're walking on clouds. I popped every single one I fucking had. And then did you ever have the pump on the shoe? Yep. Hell yeah. That was so dope.
The spinners on the Dada Supremes.
They spinning. That's fucking crazy.
Oh,
we should bring out we'll do a couple episodes on nostalgia. Just bring out some shit like that.
Yep.
All right, where are we at? 17. Do some jokes?
Yeah.
Yep. Yuckin is
my favorite from back in those days, because I wasn't rich enough to own Jordans, were the T-Max.
I don't think I ever owned a pair of Jordans. Oh, no, that's not true. I might have had one.
I think I had one pair of Jordans ever. Yeah. But I like the Tracy McGrady's, the white and the blue ones, the 30 stripes. Yeah.
All right, here we go. Let's start off strong. I saw a man smoking in church on Sunday. I was so shocked, I nearly dropped my bottle of gin.
Pair of cows were talking in a field. One says, "Have you heard about the mad cow disease that's going around?" The other one goes, "Yeah." The other cow says, "Makes me glad I'm a penguin."
Something's up with Roger, man.
Fucking dumb.
I distinctly remember my mother telling me I don't have a favorite child. I found this extremely hard to take as I'm an only child. Sorry. A man walks into a psychiatrist appointment wearing nothing but saran wrap. The psychiatrist takes one look at him and says, "Well, I can clearly see your nuts."
The page I'm on is the top 100 jokes from the last 100 years, and they're all trash.
Comedy stuff, people. All right. How about some inappropriate German jokes? What's the German word for a bra? Stopping from flopping. Okay, one more. What's the German word for virgin? Guten Tag. I speak German, guys. What's much better than roses on your piano? Tulips on your organ. Oh, fuck.
Uh-oh. Oh, boy.
Why was the anti-vaxxer's 5-year-old son crying? Midlife crisis.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Shout out to all you dumbass motherfuckers with polio out there. I'm sorry, it's not your fault. It's your dumbass mom.
A man, shocked by how his buddy was dressed, asked him, "Hey, man, how long have you been wearing that bra?" The friend replies, "Ever since my wife found it in the glove compartment."
Yeah. Oh, fuck. That brings up something. Do you remember your first blowjob?
Yeah.
How'd it taste? Oh, shit. Dude, I saw that on a fucking video, and this dude walked us to two cops. And the cops, he's like, hey guys, can I ask you a question? He's like, yeah, you can ask us anything. And he's like, okay, just be with me. Do you remember your first blowjob? And the cops are all, yeah, come on, man. He's like, come on, do you remember it? You remember it? He's like, yes. He's like, how does it taste? And the other guy just started fucking busting up. Fuck, that's a very simple, elegant, and beautiful joke.
And you want to find out something.
Like, he kind of salty. Whoa, hold on.
If you don't take it as a funny thing,
Yeah.
get real serious.
You got some splaining.
I think my wife has started to show the first signs of Alzheimer's. She said she can't remember what she ever saw in me.
That's fucking cool.
Oh, let's see. In surgery for a heart attack, a middle-aged woman has a vision of God by her bedside. "Will I die?" she asks. God said, "No. You have 30 more years to live." With 30 years to look forward to, she decides to make the best of it. So she decides to, while she's in the hospital, get breast implants, liposuction, tummy tuck, hair transplants, collagen injections. She looks great. The day she's discharged, she exits the hospital with swagger, crosses the street, and is immediately hit by an ambulance and killed. Up in heaven, she sees God. She's like, "Hey, Yusuf had 30 years to live. And God says, that's true. She's like, what happened? God shrugs. I didn't recognize you.
I know he was. My bad. I took your life. Do you have any pets? You guys have any pets?
No.
No?
No.
Is that a conscious thing?
Yeah. Travel too much.
Yeah.
I think it would be dick thing to have pets and then have to like put them in different places.
Boarding care or something like that.
I just know we wouldn't be able to travel with them. So
yeah. You guys have the luxury too of having a non-kid time, right? Is her kid time coincide with yours?
Yep.
That's dope. I kind of miss that. It's okay. My current wife, why was I saying shit like that? My wife would say the same thing. She would say she misses some things about when we were not together. Like every now and then, or like 2 or 3 times a week, it would be like, do whatever you want. You don't have responsibilities, kids, or
right.
And you got to really kind of figure out what you wanted to do and how you wanted to do it, without a partner to be like, don't do that.
It might make sense to like make time for that though. Like
I
to
suggested
force it,
that,
just
yeah.
like, hey, Tuesdays are your day.
Yeah.
Don't do anything.
Yeah.
Thursdays
Or like,
are my day.
you get a fucking day of the week where you can just call and be like, yo, I'm at the apartment today. I think I'm totally good with that.
Yeah.
It's just for your own mental health, clarity, whatever you need.
Right.
Yeah, I think we need to start implementing that and actually scheduling it, like putting it on the calendar.
Right.
It doesn't have to be the same as day, but let us know for the next 2 weeks when I'm not going to have you, and I can plan accordingly, be fine with it, all that good stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, we're learning a lot of new things, and it's not always sunshine and rainbows too. As you're learning things and coming back together, sometimes there can be difficult conversations, and no matter how much therapy we've gone through, there can be. You're not going to be perfect. We're practicing to try to get to something. It's not instantly there, you know?
Right. It doesn't matter where you get to though. There's never like a perfect.
No, there is
level.
Perfect doesn't exist, first of all.
Right.
As well as, it's like, basketball is an incredibly hard sport, and if you've ever tried to play it for the first time, you realize there's a lot of moving parts that you just don't really understand at first.
Right.
And you need a good, probably 6 months to be able to dribble proficiently, shoot a basketball, same thing with baseball or any other sport. First time you do it, you're like, what the fuck? This feels weird.
Yeah.
And then we often don't give ourselves the grace to fail. Like, why am I not good at this? I know the things that I fucking keep my elbow in, keep my in.
Yeah.
Why can't I do this shit every time? But it's practice. And yeah, we kind of have to remind ourselves of that sometimes.
Right.
As long as we're both trying to get to this place that we both agreed to try to, we can fuck up along the way and still be okay with getting there.
Yeah. There's still going to be shitty days.
Oh, yeah. There's going to be shit days. There's going to be tough days. There's going to be great days.
Right.
There's going to be... Well, what the fuck was that day? I felt way better alone.
Yeah, definitely.
It all comes with the package.
Yep. You got to look at it from like a macro.
Yeah. Sometimes that's hard to do when you're like
100%.
in it.
In it, yep.
You get outside of it, you're like, the fuck was I doing? Why?
Yeah. Tough. Something you said though, about basketball, perfecting things. I was having a conversation with my uncle the other day, and he came into town. He's from back east, and
I think I've met your uncle.
yeah, I think you did at the tournament because that's the only other
check.
That's the only other time he was back out here in like the last 10 years.
That's right, I did.
So he, luckily he's like a world-renowned physical therapist.
Yeah.
And Mason has fucked up his ankle. So he came out, and not for that, but he just happened to be out at the same time. So he took a look at his ankle, fixed it all up. And we were just talking sports because my cousin, his son, is a collegiate athlete. But Mason's ankle got sprained really bad on crutches.
Oh, no shit.
And everything for like weeks. And my uncle came out, just happened to be at the same time. And he's like a world-renowned physical therapist. So we took a look at it, and like, I guess he had like reset the joint.
Oh shit!
It was that bad.
So it was fucked up still.
It was really fucked up.
Okay.
He's like popped it back into place, and he's like,
whoa, okay, I'm good.
he's like perfect now.
It's funny how your body can do that.
Yeah, it's crazy. So he does like a lot of like chiropractic manipulations, but in the world of physical therapy as well.
That's cool.
So he kind of blends both things together, because he was like looking at it, and he had sprained it, and he was getting better. He was out of the boot by then, off crutches and everything. What most people would have said, oh, you're 100%. And he's like, look at his flexibility. He's like, see how it's not even close?
It's not there.
And he's like, this is why. It's not, his joint's like a little bit out. So he's like, can I pop his ankle back in? I was like, yeah, fucking it. I trust you.
Bitch.
Gets it, resets it, ankles 100% back to full flexibility.
Crazy.
And Mason is running and doing all that kind of stuff. But we were watching basketball on TV.
Yeah. And
we were just talking sports, because his son plays collegiate lacrosse. He played college football. And he was just like, I can't stay in professional basketball. And I was like,
weird take.
You know, older generations, I feel.
I've heard that from older generations too.
Yeah, I like college because there's more passion or whatever. I disagree with that, but whatever.
I just like it because it's so much of a slower game.
Right.
I don't want to see 18 passes.
Yeah, exactly.
I love the game, and that's the way you should play it.
So I asked my uncle, like, why? And he actually gave a different take than I've ever heard before.
Okay.
And he said it's the most perfected sport in history. He's like, if you give anyone space, they're going to hit that shot. It is the most perfected sport that it's hard to watch, because there's only this set of people that can do it. And they've done it, they have perfected it so much that the passes are perfect. Like, it's just perfect. It's a perfect sport. And I was like,
that's the argument for it. What are you talking about?
I was like, that's interesting. And he's like, yeah, in football, like, you can have a player fuck up a play so bad that ruins games.
Well, like, I mean, I guess that does happen in professional basketball too, but less though.
Yeah.
Way less.
He's like, if you don't guard Steph Curry right up from half court, he's going to bury that shot every time. And it's like, laziness can absolutely kill you.
Yeah.
In that sport, because it's so perfect. Whereas like,
that is such an interesting take.
Yeah. Huh. He's like, in college, you're still missing a high percentage of shots.
Yes.
And there's a lot of rebounds. And there's a lot of other stuff happening. And he's a defensive guy.
So he loves games that are not played at the highest level, is what you're saying.
Right. Well, he's a defensive guy. So he coached high school football. He was a defensive coordinator. He's a defense
Is the
guy.
defense better in college, or does it just seem better because the offense is worse?
Good question.
Come on the pod, Uncle.
Yeah.
I'd love to actually hear more. I'd love to hear more about that.
Yeah. I'll try to get him one.
Okay. That'd be a good one. Maybe family members coming on next. All right. Well, it's time for us to wrap things up for Cup of Joe's. I'm Joe. This is Joey. Thank you for stopping by to get your Cup of Joe from these couple of motherfucking Joes. We can say that. We have people with kids. Cheers, motherfuckers. We'll see you soon.
Cheers.